Ananya, I read a thread. Most of the Ireland players are not contracted, and if you want to have a series every 4 months, nearly now, because they'll be playing in the ICC Women's ODI Championship, they'll be playing at least 9 series in the next 3 years. That means 3 series a year. They'll be on the ground nearly every time. So there are a lot of factors to be considered when you do that. All the players should be contracted. That's A. You need to create that backup chain, because if certain players get injured, they're tired, you need to have multiple players coming up in the ranks. What should be the strategy, the focus now from Cricket Ireland? That there are going to be so many matches that they're going to play just all of a sudden.
Look, I think a lot of what we're asking for comes down to funding, and how much funding Cricket Ireland have to then invest into their women's team. I think obviously qualifying for the ICC ODI Championship gives the board incentive to say, hey, we know exactly when you're going to play, what you're going to play, and how much you're going to play, and therefore, it allows them to, I suppose, better push their resources into areas that require it. Of course, the players do need, it would be wonderful if all the players were contracted, because again, to compete more consistently against the top ranked teams, they will be competing against full-time professionals. So, which means, I know we're talking about this as a learning opportunity or a growing opportunity for a team like Ireland, but it's also the fact that they will need to then actually push these teams to be taken seriously, because I read a thread before we came on the show about how Ireland again played in 2018. There were 3 of their biggest ODI defeats in the history of women's cricket. So you don't want people to go back and look at those kind of things, because I know for a fact that Ireland a lot of fingers have been pointed at them saying, do they really deserve to make it? Are they really better than Thailand? Look, that's something we will never know at this point. It's not their fault that they've been put into the ODI Championship. It's not the fault of the players. It's not the fault of the team. It's the administrators who've kind of bungled up and done this. And we have to live with it and not point the players and say, you don't deserve to be where you are. I think deserve is a big word. So they've made it to where they are for various reasons. And I think it will be great if, I think under Ed Joyce, Ireland have improved tremendously in terms of, just their approach, the way they're batting, the way they're bowling, and the way they've been fielding in T20 cricket. I'm sure he, having been involved in county cricket in England, playing a lot of international cricket for England and Ireland, will bring in a lot of experience and understanding of how the team needs to move forward. And they have a lot of young players that I'm sure will grow rapidly, over the next few years. So as to how Cricket Ireland are going to move forward, I don't know. I feel like it all comes down to funding and how they figure out where they want their resources to go. So it will be an interesting time for all these teams, but just happy that at least we've expanded the ICC ODI Championship to 10 teams now. It will be wonderful if by some miracle we can get it to 12 by April.